That's OPM's Heaven is a Half Pipe on Freedom FM, and before that you were listening to Greg, who sent me a pager message telling me that he'd be back to brighten your evening tomorrow at about 8 p.m. Well, good evening and a hearty welcome to Freedom FM's Night Cruise. My name is Feargal, and as we always do, you and I will journey back in time to listen to the best soothing, romantic and chill vibes of the 90s and noughties. But wait, my friends, wait, because there is more. As it's Monday, that means we get to play our Monday Punday game, and you will have to get your thinking caps on so you can spread some smiles with your witty puns in a bit. And not only that, I'll give you a crack at our Love Lyrics game after midnight, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. And remember, this is your interactive show, so we want to hear from you. So reach out early and often via text or WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. Drop me an email to hello@freedomfm.ie, or you can connect with me, voice actor Fergs, on Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and the new social media site that I'm raving about, Sez, spelled SEZ.US. And let's get together this evening and make some memories on the cruise. And we're going to start that in 3, 2, 1. Number 2 in July 2002, that's Gareth Gates and Any One of Us on the night cruise. And guess what? It's that magical Monday moment where we unite to tickle our funny bones with our Monday Punday game. Now, you might be a mistress or a master of puns, but if you want to get involved in our game, there is a rule that you have to abide by. And that rule is you have to make your puns by combining any celebrity, band, or fictional character name with a theme that I'm going to give you in a moment. So if you're scratching your head and wondering what I'm on about, don't worry. Let me tell you this week's theme and give you some awful examples of my own, which hopefully will set you on your way. So get your thinking caps on, because today's theme is maths. And why maths, you ask? Well, you see, a friend of mine changed their mortgage in November, and they spent last Sunday afternoon in the pub telling me how much more they saved in percentage terms. And when I finally woke up from listening to them, I realised that I'm pretty useless at maths. So with that in mind, I thought to myself, why not have a maths-themed Monday Punday? You know, everything from numbers to negative numbers, cricket scores to mental maths in darts. Send me your best celebrity, band or fictional character name, maths themes, puns on WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. And to kick things off, here are a few puns that I added up on my way into the studio this evening, starting with the American actor Dennis Quadratic Equation. No, okay. Sticking with actors, how about Ned Stark himself? Long Division Bean. Okay, my last one is the one-time actor on the Goodies TV show. You might remember him. Bill Oddnumbery, as in Bill Oddnumbery. Okay, you get the drift, right? And I'm sure your puns will be multiple times better than mine. So get those maths-themed celebrity, band or fictional character name puns rolling in on WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. That was Damien Rice and Cannonball on Freedom FM. And now you may know that the month of November, sometimes called Movember, is Men's Mental Health Month. And we here at Freedom FM would like to encourage any man listening tonight struggling with any mental health issue to reach out and talk. You can find the Samaritans on 116123. You can also text hello to 50808 to chat with a trained volunteer from the Talk About It service. And if you go to hse.ie, you can find a full list of mental health support services. You're listening to the Night Cruise from Freedom FM, where we are in the middle of playing this week's Monday Punday game. The game where I give you a theme and your job is to make a pun by combining that theme with any celebrity, band or fictional character name. And this week I asked you if you could come up with a pun by combining said celebrity, band or fictional character name with all things maths. And as always, you have been brilliant with your suggestions. So let's start this evening's Monday Punday by saying hello to Brian Porter, who reached out to me from Stratham, who says, Feargal, what about the pub landlord, Algorithm Murray? I love that one, Brian. Thank you very much. Now, Emma Downs is an Athai, and she says, Feargal, I went to see the new Gladiator movie, but I have to say, I still prefer Pythagoras Crow in the original. That is a great pun, Emma. And don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I won't tell anyone that you're not a fan of our own Paul Mescal. Now, Paul Shepherd got in touch from Malahide, and he says the best actor in the world is the one and the only Brad Pitt. Well, we can debate that one, Paul, but thanks for getting in touch. And finally for this round, Rob Clayton is in Donabate, and he says, Fergs, this one kind of writes itself. How about Count Dracula? It does, Rob. Thank you very much. So, what about you? Can you think of a pun by mashing up all things maths with a band, celebrity, or fictional character name? Well, if you can, then get in touch with me on WhatsApp or text to 086 206 8888. That's 086 286 8888, because we'll do one last round of Monday Punday right after we hear from Madonna. It's Freedom FM's Night Cruiser, where we only have a few more songs to go until we're into Tuesday morning, the last Tuesday of November. So before I play them for you, let's round out this evening's all things maths themed celebrity, band, or fictional character name Monday Punday game. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, basically, you see, every Monday I ask you to make a pun by combining any celebrity, band, or fictional character name with a random theme to make a pun to make us all smile. And this week's theme is maths. So let's get this round underway by saying hello to Jack McDevitt, who got in touch from Trim to say, Feargal, can you play that duet between Brian Adams and Diana Tori Ross? For sending in that brilliant pun, Jack. I certainly will. Now, Bonnie Flannery is in Navan, and she says, evening, Feargal, what do you think of the band ABBA? I'm not a fan of the band, Bonnie, but I am a fan of your pun, which is brilliant. And finally, for this evening, our last Monday Punday comes in from Ruby McCreevy in Baltinglass, who says, when my kids were younger, they never stopped watching SpongeBob SquarePants. Neither did mine, Ruby, and thank you for that brilliant pun. And thank you too to everyone who sent in suggestions tonight. If I didn't read yours out on the radio, rest assured I did read it. And if Monday Punday tickled your funny bone, don't keep it to yourself. Share the laughs with your friends, and make sure to join us again next Monday after 11, when we'll be here ready to end your Monday with a smile. Released on my birthday in December 2004, that's Ronan and Yusuf with their cover of his 1970s hit, Father and Son, on Freedom FM. So, my friends, here we go into the second hour of our night cruise. My name is Feargal, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to this beautiful yet cold Tuesday morning, the 26th of November. And you know what Tuesday mornings mean, don't you? It's time for our Love Lyrics game. Now, if you're new to our cruise, welcome on in. And if you're curious about the game, let me break it down for you. You see, here in front of me, I've got some lyrics from a classic 90s or noughties romantic, slow, sad, or chill out track. And in just a moment, I'll share those lyrics with you. And if you recognize the song the lyrics belong to and want the chance to win the mind-blowing prize of a name check on the radio this morning, all you need to do is text or WhatsApp me your answer. Simple, isn't it? So before I give you the contact details, why don't you lend your ears to this week's Love Lyrics, which are Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high, Mama's dancing with a baby on her shoulder, the sun it's setting like molasses in the sky. So if you know what song those Love Lyrics come from, send your answers into me on text or WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. That's 086 286 8888. And in case you need to hear them again, here are this week's Love Lyrics. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high, Mama's dancing with the baby on her shoulders, the sun is setting like molasses in the sky. And when the usual suspects send in their deliberately wrong answers, I will share those with you right after we hear from Sade. At Christmas number 7 in 2005, that's Ugly from the Sugar Babes on Freedom FM, where you're listening to the Night Cruise, and every Tuesday morning on this show, we play a game called Love Lyrics, where your challenge is to guess what 90s or noughties romance or relaxing song a certain set of lyrics come from. And this morning, I set you the challenge of telling me what song these lyrics are from. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high, Mama's dancing with the baby on her shoulder, the sun's setting like molasses in the sky. Now, I did get a few incorrect answers from the usual messers, so I can tell you that the Love Lyrics we're featuring this week aren't from Wet, 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 She's All on My Mind, nor are they in Think Twice by Celine Dion, and they're definitely not from Now and Forever by Richard Marx. Now, the good news is if you fancy winning a name check on the radio, you still got time to get in touch and tell me what song these lyrics come from. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high, Mama's dancing with the baby on her shoulder, the sun setting like molasses in the sky. But you gotta be quick, because I'll tell you the answer to this morning's game right after we hear from Appleton. That was Brian Kennedy on Freedom FM, where as part of November's Men's Mental Health Month, we're encouraging men who might be suffering with a mental health issue to reach out and talk to a loved one, a friend, or maybe a trained volunteer on one of those phone-up services, because guys, it's absolutely fine not to be fine and to talk about it. Don't pretend. out of Northern Ireland, but formed in Dundee University in 1994, and of course playing the Point on the 25th of February next year. Have you got your tickets? If you do, I might see you there. That's Snow Patrol on the Night Cruise, where so many of you have been in touch with your answers for this week's Love Lyrics game, where the challenge is to tell me what song a certain set of lyrics come from. And the lyrics you've been guessing at this morning are Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high, Mama's dancing with a baby on her shoulder, the sun is setting like molasses in the sky. Now, if you're a regular listener, you know the computer system only throws up 4 names at any one time. So with that said, let me say good morning and well done to Rita Kent, who's in Rathnew in Wicklow this morning, Lucy Guiley, who reached out to me from Lismore, Juliet Wilson, who sent her answer in from Grenard, and Magnus Quinn, who's over in Ashbourne this morning, who, like nearly all of you, said that this week's Love Lyrics come from... wait, before I tell you the answer, let me remind you, if you enjoyed playing along with Love Lyrics, then tell your friends and tune in next Tuesday just after midnight when we'll do it all over again. As for this week's Love Lyrics, well, you can probably tell from the song playing underneath me that they are from Alana Miles and Black Velvet. That was Robbie on the Night Cruise, and she's the one who tells me that is all the mess I can make of your radio this morning. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made of the show as always. Now, Mike O'B, well, he'll have his best bib and tucker on as he serves you breakfast at 8. And before Mike, well, Alan will have the Freedom Years from 11. And up next, it's Essential Beats right here on Freedom FM. As for me, I'll be back a little bit later on today at 11 p.m. with another Night Cruise. Until then, thank you for your time this time. So my friends, until next time, take care of yourselves and of course each other.